Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Arunachalam. Good morning, dear devotees and seekers all around the world. Today, we are going to see a very interesting question from Sharanya. She is a lecturer for business management modules in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Let us now take her first question. Swamiji, it's quite difficult to overcome attachment even after knowing it would hurt us in the end. But it gives a feeling that we are happy being attached maybe to a person or a thing. When it changes, we can't adopt our mindset to that change. How to come out of attachment and be confident within ourselves? This is her question. Sharanya, your question is a very deep one and very honest too. I really applaud you for asking this wonderful question about one of the greatest mysteries of life. If at all I have thought about one thing all throughout these 25 years of my spiritual journey, it is this question of what is true love and how to not get attached. I tell you, it is a real challenge, especially for a person who is heart-oriented. It's a very difficult thing actually. You are quite right. The mind always tends to hold on to one person or a thing as mine and mine only, and gives so much of special attention and showers extraordinary love and affection. Meaning, when we like somebody, then we feel very close to that person and we start showering extraordinary love. If that love or affection is reciprocated, it feels so happy, joyful, and jumps as if there is nothing else in the world. This is called as attachment. Therefore, attachment is from the innate likes and dislikes of the mind. Raga Dvesham, it is called in Vedanta Shastra. And Adi Shankara says, Samsara swapna tulyohi raga dveshadi samkulaha swakale satyavat bhati prabhode sati asat bhavet. He says, this raga dvesha, this likes and dislike, that is the enemies of the man. Swakale satyavat bhati. It appears very real when it is actually there. But prabhote sati, when we are realized, it becomes just nothing. We understand that it is just a trick of the mind. There are two distinct characteristics defining this attachment. One, the mind feels happy and blissful in the company of that person whom we love, and feels life is incomplete without that person. What Maya! Two, the mind fears to lose the affection of that person and shudders to even think of sharing the affection of the beloved person with anyone else. This is called as possessiveness. This is very strange. A classic example would be the love and affection of a mother towards her son. Mother feels miserable when she has to share her son with someone else who has come into his life suddenly as his wife. Therefore, there is always a jagada, a fight between the mother and the daughter-in-law. It's very, very painful to share love with somebody else. And this is the chronic symptom of attachment. In any relationship bound by strong cords of attachment, there are always expectations, sometimes very unfair and unreasonable expectations. For example, always I should be the hero or heroine in the life of my beloved. And my beloved should love only me and me alone. He or she should always dance according to my tune. My feelings and ideas are always important, and my will should always reign, etc., etc. This is attachment. See, we want everybody to dance according to our tune. Similarly, the other person also feels. Because of that, always there is tug of war, especially between the husband and wife, between any two people. See, as long as there is very less ego, love is really wonderful. But when this ego crops up, when it raises its head, then this love becomes very cheap, and there is always tu me, always jagada, fight, quarrel. When our expectations are thwarted, when we even suspect that our beloved is more closer to someone else, or something goes wrong, for anything can go wrong in this changing world, we feel totally dejected, miserable, and very angry. The same love or affection can become total aversion towards the person, for likes and dislikes are the two sides of the same coin. Please understand, this is very, very strange. That love and attachment can become aversion and hatred in no time. This I have seen with my own eyes. It will not take much time. It is always very painful and bitter. That's why they called us broken. Heart is broken. Heartache. All those things. Heartburn, they call. That is why our masters say, attachment leads to sorrow always. Please mark these words. Attachment leads to sorrow always. Not only that, Guruji Swami Tejomayanji says in his composition called Bhakti Sudha, he says, it is Dharma Vijnana Nashini. How beautiful. Meaning, it is the destroyer of our sense of justice, dharma, and right understanding, vijnana. We may be a dharmic person, and we may be a person of knowledge, but when we are attached blindly, then we become very adharmic, and we lose our power of discrimination. A very classical example of this is Dhritarashtra. He was blindly attached to his son Duryodhana. Even though Dhritarashtra was a dharmic person, but because of his blind attachment towards his son, Putra Pasham, he really became blind. Meaning what? He was not standing for dharma. When Duryodhana was committing so much injustice to Pandavas, he was turning a blind eye. Therefore, the whole Kauravadis got destroyed. So Guruji says, Anartakari Hesha, meaning it brings disaster always along with it. Therefore, it has to be shunned by all means. Those who want to live a dharmic, meaningful life, those who want to have peace of mind, this has to be shunned, says Guruji, Swami Tejamayanand. I would like to quote from Bhakti Sudha. Vishayaikastita saktihi dharma vijnana nashini anartakari hesha heya shreyortibihi sadha. Heya means it has to be given up. One who seeks the ultimate good in life, that person has to give up this attachment. Now, having seen what is this attachment, how to overcome it? Strange thing about this is, Sharanya, as you have said rightly, even though it hurts, brings in a lot of dukkha, pain and sorrow, it is very hard to overcome or give up, because mind cannot survive without holding on to things and beings in the world outside. That is why Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi says, when he talks about this mind or ego, he says, Uruppatri undahum, Uruppatri undumiga ongum, Uruppatri nirkum, Uruvittu uruppatrum, Thedinal ottam pudikkum, Uruvatra peyagandai or. He says, meaning this mind or this ego survives eating forms, meaning holding on to one form or the other. Therefore, it will not give up that easily. The mind or the ego will not give up attachment that easily. You know, even if it gives up, you would find that it had already got hold of something else. Very strange. That's why Gurudev Swami Chinmayanji says, mind is Maya at play. It is very, very true. But then, how to overcome attachment really? When we live in the world, associate with same people again and again, there would be invariably attachment. We should not be too scared of this, even though that brings in lots of sorrow. Fearing attachment, if we stop loving or caring, life becomes dull, dry, and empty, not worth living. We should not stop our experiment with love. Love is to human hearts what sunshine is to flowers. We cannot live in this world without love. When there is love, attachment too follows without our asking. That is fine. Some people may not agree with me, but I strongly believe this way. Whenever we live in this world and associate with the people, we tend to get attached. But fearing that if we withdraw ourselves and if we shrink within, then life becomes really totally useless. Then what we can do? We can become more and more aware of the fact that attachment brings in sorrow. Our scriptures say, Paravashat Sarvam Dukkham. Please note these words. Sarvam Paravashat Dukkham. Meaning, when you are dependent on others, always there is sorrow. Sarvam Atmavashat Sukham. Meaning, when you depend only on your own self, true self, Atma the self, then only there is joy. then only there is peace. We can remind ourselves again and again this golden saying from our scriptures. Sarvam paravashat dukkham. See, we have to educate ourselves again and again, because the mind again and again runs towards this world, towards a person or an object. So we have to again and again educate this mind. But I tell you, at the end of the day, life is a wonderful teacher. The experiences, they teach us more than all these scriptures. Only when we get hit, when we feel the pain, and when we feel the bitter after effects of this attachment, then we learn slowly that vairagyameva abhayam. This is another fantastic statement from our scripture. Vairagyameva abhayam. Only when we have this vairagya, meaning detachment, a healthy detachment, out of discrimination, out of viveka, that is abhayam. Only then there is fear. See, we have to educate ourselves again and again. There is no other go. We have to become more and more aware. Then, we can consciously strive to reduce our expectations and sense of possessiveness with respect to all our associations. This we have to do. You know, when we become more possessive, then we are always very insecure. We are very scared, meaning we are always suspicious whether somebody else will become more close to our beloved. We lose our peace, we lose our joy, and we lose everything. Therefore, we should learn to reduce this idea of possession. Swami Chinmayanji says, the true signature of love is to set everybody free. Please understand, everybody has got their own space. Everybody has got the right to love anyone in this world. Definitely. We should allow everybody to grow in love. We should not choke or throttle anybody, strangulate anybody by our attitude of possession. This we should learn slowly. This will not happen overnight, but we have to consciously strive to reduce our expectations. More the expectation, more the disappointments. Therefore, we have to reduce the expectation, and also we should try to give up this attitude of sense of possessiveness. And if you get attached to the higher, that is the truth or the Lord, naturally our mind gets detached from the lower, that is the things and beings of the world. See, this is a very important thing. Only when we are attached to the higher, we will be able to give up the lower. Please understand. When the mind enjoys more and more the bliss of the Lord within the heart, it will not run towards a world which brings in lots of sorrow. So the only way is to abide more and more in the self, meaning to turn within and to abide. Only when we get attached to the truth, to the Lord who is within the heart, we will be able to give up all these attachments in the world. See, otherwise it is like trying to bury our own shadow. It will not happen. If you really want to overcome attachment, if you are really serious about it, I have a secret I can share with you. Are you interested in knowing the secret? The secret is, do not think about anybody or anything unnecessarily. I will repeat. The secret is, do not think about anybody or anything unnecessarily. When you associate with the world, Yes, love, care, serve. When you are alone, don't think of anything or anybody. Because of thinking again and again of an object or a person, about the qualities of that person or the object, we slowly develop this attachment and we get bound. That is why Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsan Sangasteshu Upajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Bijayate. He says, by again and again thinking, we develop this attachment. Sangasteshu Upajayate. We build a cocoon around ourselves through thought and we get trapped in that and then we suffer. So the secret is Kinchidabhina Chintayet. In the 6th chapter, Bhagavan says, Kinchidabhina Chintayet. Don't think of anything when you are to yourself. Learn this secret. Just be or just remember the Lord. That is the only way out. I tell you, this is the secret. Because the sankalpam, thinking about an object, is the root cause of all attachment. That is where all the desires spring forth. So we have to nip this in the bud. Meaning, when you stop thinking about anything or anybody unnecessarily, then we can overcome this attachment. But I tell you, at the end of the day, it is not that easy. It is a lifelong project. How to love without getting attached. It is a lifelong project. And I wish you all success. And I invoke the blessings of the Lord to guide all of us from the darkness to the light. Thank you so much. Hari Om Tat Sat.